only we memorize, Mataji.
Sure, Mataji, like
Memorize, Mataji, please forgive me.
yeah. Okay, Vinita, let me know when we need to start. Sure, Mataji. Like recently, Nitya Narasimha Prabhu, he gave a class, and he said he spoke from some of the verses which we learned. So like that, it helps, right, to give like a short class, so at least we can use it in preaching and like that.
Mataji, we can start. Mataji.
Hare Krishna, everybody. Thank you for joining. I'm hoping some people may join, as the class progresses. So we will like always start with the invocation mantras, the pranam mantra. So anybody would like to volunteer to recite the mantras? Any volunteers? Okay, if nobody's volunteering, let me recite it myself. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Jai Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai. Okay, we will like always revise the previous shlokas and then go on with today's. So anybody would like to recite the shloka which we learned a few weeks back? Any volunteers?
Mataji, can I recite this one? This is Mukund.
Yeah, go ahead, Mukund.
Okay, Mataji. Vanayasad vrishtoham bhavadbhirlokamangalam yatkrita Krishna samprashno yenatma suprasidati.
Very nice. Thank you. Anybody else wants to recite this verse?
Mataji, can I recite?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Munaya sadhu prishtoham bhavadbhirlokamangalam yatkrita Krishna samprashno yenatma suprasidati.
Mataji, can I
Awesome.
go, please?
Yeah, please go ahead, Mataji.
Pranam Mataji. Munaya sadhu prushtoham bhavat biloka galam yatkruta, please forgive me, yatkruta Krishna samprashno yenatma suprasidati. Mataji, can you please correct me the little bit I made mistake?
Yeah, bhavadbhir.
Bhavadbhi.
Yeah, bhavadbhir lokamangalam.
भवद्ब्रीलोकमङ्ग मुनया साधु पृष्टोऽहं भवद्ब्रीलोकमङ्गलं यत्कृतः कृष्ण संप्रश्नो येनात्मा सुप्रसिद्धति. Thank you, Mataji. Done what?
Thank you, Mataji. Very nice. Thank you so much for reciting beautifully. Okay. Anybody wants to, try what it means, this verse?
Can I try? This is Mukund.
Go ahead, Mukund.
Okay, Mataji. I think it means the sages assembled to do a yajna for the world's benefit, and they ask questions about Krishna, to get their souls satisfied. Maybe.
Yeah, you closed there. Very good. Yeah, Munaya Sadhu Prishtoham. So they asked very perfect questions. Prishto Aham. They asked to whom? Who was being questioned by the sages of Naimisharanya? Sutta Goswami. Okay. Bhavadbhir Lokamangalam. And what was it about? It was for the good of the welfare of everybody. Yatkrita. And why was it so? Yatkrita Krishna Samprashno. Because these were all related to Krishna. And what does it do? Yenatma suprasidati. It actually satisfies the soul or makes the soul happy, right? So very nice, Mukund. Thank you. We'll move on to the next one. Okay, who wants to recite this shloka? Any volunteers?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Shall I recite Mataji?
Yeah, please go ahead, Prabhuji.
Savai pumtam paro dharmo yato bhakti radokshja ayituki apratihata yayatma suprasiddhati.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah, I hope you all got the recording of the shlokas. So, even if you can just listen to it, like, for 5 or 10 minutes, it's a short recording, right? About 6 minutes or so. Vinita Mataji actually prepared the video so nicely with the words on it. So, if we can every day listen and look at it for just 10 minutes every day, it will really help us, as we hear more, it, like by second nature, it just comes to us, even if we don't make a conscious effort to learn. By just hearing and repeating, you just learn it. So Krishna is merciful that way. So it really helps. Yeah, anybody else wants to recite this shloka? This is an easy one. Okay, if there's anybody wants to,
Mataji, can I recite this?
Okay, go ahead.
Savai pumsam paro dharma yatha bhakti radokshuje ahaytukiya pratyata yayatma suprasidati. Can I say the translation? I mean, in my own words.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay.
Thank you for your enthusiasm.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. All praise to Srila. The ultimate dharma for the mankind is savai pumsam paro dharma. Then to serve Lord Krishna, to serve Adhokshaja unto the transcendence. Who is the transcendence? To do bhakti unto the transcendence. Ahaytukiya pratyahata, to do it unmotivated, uninterrupted. And we will get our soul satisfied by that. Yayatma suprasidati. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Awesome. Thank you. I really like the way you translated Adhokshaja. You said unto the transcendence, right? So he's not affected by any material, energy or anything. He's aloof in that sense. Thank you, Mukund, for beautifully translating that. Yeah, I heard somebody else say something.
Mataji, can I try?
Yeah, please go ahead, Mataji. This
Thank
class
you,
is for trying, so please feel free.
Thank you. Please forgive me. Savaya pusham paro dharmo yato bhaktir adokshaje ahetukya pratihata yayatma suprasiddhati. I made one mistake. Can you please correct me, Mataji?
Yeah, savai pumsam paro dharmo.
Save pusham paro dharmo.
Savai pumsam paro dharmo.
Save pusham paro dharmo.
Yato bhaktir adhokshaje.
Yator bhaktir adokshaje.
Ahaitukiya pratihata.
Ahetukiya pratihata.
Yayatma suprasidati.
Yayatmashu prasiddhati. Thank you, Mataji. Danvat.
Thank you. Okay. And Mukund very nicely explained the meaning too. Thank you, Mukund, for that. Okay, let's go for the next shloka. Who wants to recite this one? Today we have quite a few participants, right? I'm not sure. I think maybe people are busy with something. Okay. Does anybody want to recite this shloka? Okay,
Yes,
go ahead,
Mataji.
Mukund. You are the star
Yeah.
today. Go ahead.
No, Mataji, Nityananda Prabhuji can go.
Okay. Anybody, you can choose someone else.
वासुदेवे भगवती भक्ति योगा प्रयोजितः जनयाति असु वैराग्यम ज्ञानम च यत् अहेतुकम्.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Very nice. Mukund, do you want to go again for the meaning of this one?
I don't know all the words like exact, but I know
No
some of
worries.
the but I know some of the meanings were like Vasudeva Bhagavati do devotional service to do devotional service unto the Supreme Lord, and then
Yeah, Bhakti Yoga
Jnana-
Prayojita. That is what you meant, right? Devotional service. Prayojita, to perform. Yeah, very nice. Yeah. Go ahead.
Jnanam cha yad ahetukam.
Janayati,
I
what does it mean? Janani, what does it mean?
Mother.
Yeah, so Janayati means something that produces, or gives rise to. Ashu, what is Ashutosh? Whose name is Ashutosh? Sorry, I can't hear you well.
Krishna? Mataji, is it Krishna?
No, Ashutosh is Lord Shiva's name. And why is his
Oh, yeah.
He's
I
easily
don't
pleased.
know.
Yeah, he's easily pleased. Lord Shiva is easily pleased because he grants boons, right, to so many, actually even demons, we've heard. So he's easily pleased, Lord Shiva. He's very merciful and kind that way. So Janayati Ashu. So Ashu is derived from there. Janayati Ashu, that is that easily produces or easily gives rise to what when you practice Bhakti Yoga?
Vairagya, which is like enthusiasm towards bhakti. Not
Vairagya means what?
Like the motive, I think motivate to do that or something like that. I'm
Yeah,
not able to
Vairagya means
describe it in words.
renunciation or giving up. Tyaga, Vairagya, all these mean the same. So, they're renounced. Like they live a very austere life, like, they don't take to any material desires or things. So Vairagya means renounced, like a sannyasi, he is renounced, right? In the renounced order of life. So Vairagya means renounced and Jnana means?
Jnana means knowledge.
Very good. Yeah. So what happens? It automatically gives rise to Vairagya and Jnana when you practice Bhakti Yoga. Janayati Ashu. So very easily, what happens? You don't have to separately endeavor for knowledge or, trying to curb our desires and trying to artificially say, oh, let me not think about this, think about that, like that, but automatically by performing Bhakti Yoga Prayojita, Janayati Ashu, very easily what happens? Vairagyam and Jnanam Chayad Ahaitu My call just dropped off by itself. I don't know what's the problem. Sorry about that.
Yeah, even my call did like that, Mataji, but the live didn't stop though. Live.
Yeah, it's like very funny.
Yeah.
So did you hear what I was saying, or I mean, could you hear what I was saying, or?
Mataji, I couldn't hear. The microphone
No,
was
Mataji.
on your side, Vrunda Mataji's. I mean, Vrunda Gopika Mataji's, but I couldn't hear anything. I thought it was my problem, and I didn't expect that you all also got dropped off.
Yeah, we all got dropped off, but okay, I was just saying that, Bhakti Yoga automatically gives rise to easily, Janayati Ashu, it gives rise to Vairagya and Jnanam. And, we don't have to separately endeavor or do any austerities or, do too much, like by following Srila Prabhupada's program, which he has done, so beautifully, the daily program. So if we follow that, everything automatically comes by offering devotion service to the devotees. The jnana is actually revealed in our hearts. Okay, we'll move on to the next shloka. Okay, this is this. Yeah, this one, anybody wants to recite?
Dharmasvanuஷ்ఠिता pumsa visvakshena katasuya notpadayat yad notpadayad yadhirathim rama eva hi kevalam.
Thank you, Vinita. Okay. Anybody wants to recite again this shloka?
Mataji, can I go second time?
Yeah, go ahead.
Dharmasvanuஷ்ఠिता pumsa visvakshena katasuyaha notpadayadhiratim sa shrema eva hi kevalam.
Jai Ho, Dandavat Radhe.
Thank you. Tulsi Manjari Mataji, you raised your hand. Do you want to go ahead?
Yes, Mataji. Dharma svanushthita pumsam vishvaksena kathasuya notpadayet yatiratim shrama eva hi kevalam.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, both Vinita and Tulsi Manjari Mataji. So anybody wants to, go for the meaning? Okay, let us do a quiz on this one. What is the word for religion or occupation here?
Dharma.
Okay, great. And what does the word pumsa mean?
Human being.
Thank you, Prabhu. You always get this right, don't you? Okay. What does svanusthitaha mean? Sthita means what?
Performing?
Sorry?
Performing it?
Okay, sthita means what? Sthita.
Located or situated.
Yeah, located. Svanusthita?
Like
in their own position.
Stop it?
Sorry?
Stop it?
Yeah, I didn't hear that properly.
Stop it in Hindi?
Yeah, sthapit, sthita. And svanusthita means in their own position, So dharma svanusthita pumsam. So we kind of got, right, the meaning of the first line. Vishwaksena, who is it referring to?
Lord Krishna.
Yeah, it's another name, right? It appears in the Vishnu Sahasranama. Vishwaksena Kathasuya. Kathasu means what? Katha means what?
Story.
Yeah, you listen to the pastimes of whom? Vishwaksena. Yeah. Notpadayet yadiratim. So we'll split this word notpadayet. Na utpadayet. Na means what?
Negative. No.
Does not. Yeah, very good. Utpada. Utpada means?
Production or produce.
Produce. Yeah, it does not give rise to what? Yadi ratim. Ratim means?
Taste.
Yeah, ratim means attraction or taste for Lord Krishna. Then what is it? Shrama. Shrama means endeavor or our effort. He eva hi kevalam. So what is it?
It's just
Useless
a hard work.
labor. Yeah, it is useless labor. Dharma. So when we are engaged in our occupational duties, we must engage in devotional service so that it gives rise to attraction for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But if it does not do that, and we are engaged in some material endeavors and things like that, then what is it? It's just useless labor we are engaging in. So unless the activities, which we perform daily, they must give rise to our love for Krishna, the attraction for Krishna. Like even if, for example, if we are doing cooking, we should at least think about it and see, okay, how will the Lord be pleased? What can I make for him today? Like that. Or, even a simple activity like honoring prasadam, all this should be done in the mood of actually tasting the remnants of Lord Krishna, like that. And even like how the example of Ambarish Maharaj is given. So he uses all his senses, all his gross and subtle senses in the service of Krishna, right? So you walk to the temple, with your hands you clean the temple, like that. With your mouth you chant the holy names, and with the eyes you take darshan of the Lord. So like that we can use each of our senses and our body in the service of Krishna, right? But if we don't do that, then it's actually useless labor. If it, if we are engaging in some material activity, some occupation, and which does not give rise to love of Krishna, then it's just useless labor. That's what it's saying. Very beautiful verse, right? Okay, we'll move on to this one. Anybody wants to recite this one?
Mataji did not change for us.
Oh, is that right? Oh, for
Oh,
me
no,
it
no, no,
is.
no, it changed. Okay.
Okay. Can you see now? Go ahead and recite.
धर्मस्य हे अपवर्गस्य नार्तो अर्थो योपकल्पते नार्थस्य धर्म हि कान्तस्य कामो लाभाय हि स्मृतः.
Thank you, Mataji. Let me recite this one. And all of you can please recite also after me, because it's a little tough one, right? This verse. The words are big, kind of. Dharmasya hyapavargyasya.
Dharmasya apavargyasya.
Dharmasya hyapavargyasya.
Dharmasya apavargyasya.
Narthorthayopakalpate.
Narthoratyopakalpate.
Narthorthayopakalpate.
Narthoratyopakalpate.
So nartho to tha, narthortha, like that. You try to just try to skip this apostrophe here and just say narthorthayopakalpate.
Narthothayopраkalpate. Jai Ho.
Narthasya dharmaikantasya.
Narthasya dharme kantasya.
Kantasya. Narthasya dharmaikantasya.
Narthasya dharme kantasya.
Kamo labhaya hi smritaha.
Kamo labhaya hi smritaha. Jai Ho.
Dharmasya hyapavargyasya.
Dharmasya apravasya. Please forgive us.
Dharmasya hyapavargyasya.
Dharmasya apavargyasya.
Narthorthayopakalpate.
Narthothayopakalpyate.
Narthasya dharmaikantasya.
Narthasya dharme kantasya.
Kamo labhaya hi smritaha.
Kamo labhaya hi samarthaha. Jai Ho.
Very nice. Thank you. Anybody wants to recite?
Yes, Mataji, I will try, Mataji.
Please go ahead.
धर्मस्य हि अपवर्गस्य नार्थोपकल्पते नार्थस्य धर्मकान्तस्य कामलाभाय हि स्मृतः.
Thank you, Prabhu. Very nice. Okay, let's try to look. Anybody else said something? Sorry.
Mataji, can I try?
Yeah, please go ahead, Mataji.
Mataji, Danvat. Dharmasya apavargasya narthothayo pakalpate narthasya dharma ki kantasya
Dharmaikantasya.
narthasya dharme kantasya kamo labhaya hi samarthaha. Thank you, Mataji.
Beautiful, Mataji. Thank you so much. Krishna looks at our efforts, right? He appreciates our efforts. So it's very nice, Mataji. You're making so much effort. It's very inspirational to all of us. So, okay, let's just delve into the meaning. Mukunda, I'm banking on you to help us. Do any words stand out for you?
Um,
The giver of liberation.
no, Mataji. No, Mataji,
Okay.
I did not see anything from here.
Okay. How about dharma? Does that make any, I mean, you kind of know what the meaning is for dharma?
Oh yeah, dharma means like your most highest occupational duty.
Yeah, dharma means occupational duty. Paro dharma means highest or supreme or topmost duty. Savai pumsam paro dharma yato bhakti radhokshaje. We just learned, right? That word. So paro dharma. Para means transcendental or, highest or supreme, like you rightly said. So dharma means occupational duty. Very nice. You figured that one. Dharmasya hi apavargasya. Anybody? Pavarga, apavarga. What does that mean?
Pavarga is Papa, Baba, Ma.
Yeah, very good. And what does that stand for? Anybody remembers?
Liberation, Mataji.
Yeah. Anybody
Mataji,
remembers?
for parishram, for
Mm.
working so hard that the from mouth
Feni.
then ba for Buddhism, ba for forgot Mataji, please forgive me.
Yeah, ba for Vyarthatha. Like
Ba
disappointment, like that.
ba
Yeah.
ma for
Bha is for bha.
ha for humility.
Bha for bhaya. Very good. Yeah,
Ha,
bha
please
for
forgive
bhaya.
me. Ha.
Yeah. And then ma is for?
Ma for
What happens when we grow old? We all?
Janma mrityu jara vyadhi mrityu. Ma for mrityu.
Mrityu. Yeah, ma for mrityu. So, these are the pavarga, right? In material world. Parishram, Preni, Vyarthatha, Bhaya, and Mrityu. We all are going through this. But what we need to do, apavarga. You need to go on the transcendental, for ultimate liberation. So we should not be going like materialistic minded, working hard and doing this and going through this cycle of this birth, life and birth and death, like that. So we need to dharmasya hi apavargasya. We need to do our dharma or occupational engagements must be focused towards apavargasya, towards liberation, right? Not towards this material efforts. Na artho. So in this artha means for the cause of or for the purpose of. Na artho. Not for the purpose of. Arthayo pakalpate. Not for, artha upakalpate means to, not to gain material gain. So it should not be used for that. Na artho artha upakalpate. So it should not be used for material gain. Na arthasya dharmaikantasya. So what does it mean? And also this dharma should not be used. Na arthasya dharmaikantasya. For what? Kamo labhaya hi smrtaha. For just material, sense gratification. Kamo labhaya. We should not use this devotional service. I mean, our occupational duties should not be focused for material, benefits like that, but it should be to transcend this pavarga and go into apavarga. That's what this shloka says. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. Anybody wants to recite this one?
Mataji, can I recite this is Mukund?
Okay, go ahead, Mukund.
Okay, Mataji. Kamasya nendriya priti labho jiveta yavata jivasya tattva jigyasa natha yasceha karma bhe.
Very nice. Anybody else wants to recite?
कामस्य नेन्द्रिय प्रीति लाभो जीवेत यावत् जीवस्य तत्त्व जिज्ञासा नार्तो यश्चेह कर्मभिः.
Thank you. Who else wants to recite?
Shall I do, Mataji?
Yeah, please go ahead.
कामस्य नेन्द्रियप्रीतिर्लाभो जीवेत यावता जीवस्य तत्त्वजिज्ञासा नार्तो यश्चेह कर्मभिः.
Thank you, Mataji. Anybody wants to take a jab at the meaning?
Kamasya means desire.
Oh, very good. Na indriya pritihi.
Indriya means senses.
Yeah. So it should not be directed toward, indriya priti should not be directed toward kama, like you said. Very good. Labho jiveta yavata. And then what does that mean? Jiveta means our life or our, labho, we should aspire for a healthy life. For what? Jivasya tattva.
For inquiring about the absolute truth.
Very good. And what's the word for that? Inquiring about the absolute truth?
Tattva jignasa.
Wonderful.
Jivasya
So,
tattva jignasa.
very good. And what it should not be? Nothing else should be like, the focus of our work. That's what it says, right? Nothing else should be the goal of one's work. So it should be, not like we want to maintain a great body and then enjoy life. That should not be the focus of this life which is given to us. This human life is precious and we should utilize it to, tattva jignasa, to inquire into the absolute. And not indulge in any kind of like sense gratification, like kamasya nendriya pritihi labho jiveta yavata. So we have been given with this labho jiveta yavata, with this human life, and what we should use for jivasya tattva jignasa and not for any material endeavor like that. Okay, great. Okay, this shloka is an easy one. Who wants to go? And then we'll go with today's shloka soon.
Yes, Mataji. Shall I recite, Mataji?
Yeah, please go ahead, Prabhu.
Vadanti tattvavidas tattvam yajnanam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagwaneti sabdate.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Anybody wants to go for the meaning of this verse? What is it discussing?
Can I recite, Mataji?
Yeah, go ahead, Vinita.
Vadanti tattvavidastatvam yajnanam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavaniti sabdaye.
Okay, what does tattva vidah mean? Tattva means truth, right? We just saw
Absolute truth, Mataji.
Very vidaha, vidushi. What does it mean?
With the sages, Mataji.
Yeah, knowers, right? With means knowledge, right? With vidya, vidaha, vidushi. All these are, like we say vidushi, right? Like somebody who is very knowledgeable. With, Vedanta krit vedavit eva chaham. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, right? So he is the one who compiled the Vedas and he's the knower of all the Vedas. So Tattva Vedas, these self-realized souls, like you rightly said, Mataji, what do they say? Vadanti. That is, what do they say? Tattvam yajnanam advayam. That they say that this tattvam is yajnanam advayam. Advayam. Dvaya means dvi,
Two.
dvaya. Sorry?
Two.
Yeah, dual.
Duality.
Very good. Advaya means like Advaita.
Non-dual.
Non-dual. Wonderful. Yeah. So this tattvam is Yajnanam Advayam. They're saying it's non-dual. And what is it called? And what are the three aspects of it?
Brahman, Brahman,
Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagwan.
Yeah, so these are the three aspects of realization of the truth, the tattva. So this is non-dual. You cannot separate this or this or this, but these are the three aspects of the same absolute truth. You cannot say that this is just the one aspect, that is just the one aspect. So this is the three aspects of the absolute truth, and it's the different levels of realization basically. So tattva, the realization of the absolute truth happens in three different ways, but nonetheless, it is the realization of the absolute truth. Okay, and we'll move on to today's shloka. Okay, this is a very beautiful shloka. I'll just go word by word. Any volunteers who want to recite after me?
Yes, Mataji. I will be.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu. Atah
Atah
pumbhir
Pumbir
dvija shrestha.
Dvija Shrestha.
Atah pumbhir dvija shrestha.
Atah Pumbir Dvija Shrestha.
Atah pumbhir dvija shrestha.
Atah Pumbir Dvija Shrestha.
Varnashrama
Varnashrama.
Varnashrama
Varnashrama.
Vibhagashaha
Vibhagasaha.
Svanushthitasya. We are repeating this word. Svanushthitasya. Svanushthitasya.
Svanushthitasya.
Dharmasya
Dharmasya.
Samsiddhir
Samsiddhir.
Haritoshanam.
Haritoshanam.
Atah pumbir dvijashrestha.
Atha Pumbir Dvija Shrestha.
Atah pumbhir dvijashrestha.
Atha Pumbir Dvija Shrestha.
Varnashrama vibhagashaha.
Varnashrama Vibhagasa.
Svanushthitasya dharmasya
Panusthitasya Dharmasya.
Samsiddhir haritoshanam.
Samsiddhir Haritoshanam.
Atah
Mataji,
pumbhir dvijashrestha.
Atha Pumbir Dvija Shrestha.
Varnashrama vibhagashaha.
Varnashrama Vibhagasa.
Svanushthitasya dharmasya
Panusthitasya Dharmasya.
Samsiddhir haritoshanam.
Samsiddhir Haritoshanam.
Atah pumbhir dvijashrestha.
Atha Pumbir Dvija Shrestha.
Varnashrama vibhagashaha.
Varnashrama Vibhagasa.
Svanushthitasya dharmasya
Panusthitasya Dharmasya.
Samsiddhir haritoshanam. Toshanam.
Samsiddhir Haritoshanam.
Okay, I forgot the dots on the na, so it's toshanam na, the big na. Okay, Atah pumbhir. I know Nitin Narasimha Prabhu always says the meaning of pumsam pumbhir. So anybody wants to take a chance? What does pumbhir mean?
living being, Mataji.
Human beings.
Yeah, human being. Very good. Dvija. Dvi, we just learned dvaya. So dvija means
Twice
Brahman.
twice born. Brahmana.
In my
Very
big
good.
morning class, we heard it.
Yeah, Preeti explained it so beautifully, right? Dvija Shrestha. Shrestha means what? We use it, right? Very commonly in so many Indian languages.
Yeah, best.
Yeah, Shrestha means like the topmost. So
Best.
he's addressing to the sages, Atah Pumbhir, oh best of the twice born. That's what he's addressing them as. He's addressing the sages as, oh best of the twice born. That means they're all Brahminical in nature, right? So he's addressing Dvija Shrestha, Atah Pumbhir Dvija, best of the twice born among men. Varnashrama Vibhagashaha. Varnashrama means?
For Varnas.
Yeah, it refers to the Varnashrama
Yes.
system. Yeah. Varnashrama Vibhagashaha. Svanushthitasya dharmasya. Svanusthita. We have learned this meaning, right? Just now. We went through one shloka.
Yes, Mataji.
Sthita,
Swa means one's own
position. Yeah, one's
position.
own. And sthita is position. Very good, Mataji. Svanushthitasya dharmasya. Dharmasya.
Occupation.
Very good. Samsiddhir haritoshanam. Haritoshanam means Hari is the name. Who is Hari?
Yeah. Haritoshanam means pleasing the God, Mataji.
Yeah, Toshanam. Yeah, Santushta, we say, right? Santushta. All that the Toshanam is that Santushta comes from Toshanam, the root word like Toshan. So Toshanam, like you rightly said, Haritoshanam, which is pleasing. Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. So what happens when you follow this Varnash? Sorry?
What is Samsiddhi?
Samsiddhir is like the perfection, it's like Siddhir means, you are perfecting something, right? Samsiddhir is like the most perfect. So this is the best way, for Haritoshanam. That, Svanushthitasya dharmasya, that you practice your dharma in your own position. How do you do it? Following the principles of Varnashrama Vibhagasha. So Varnashrama has got several divisions. So what do? You just be in your original position, Svanushthitasya dharmasya. So you follow the Varnashrama principles. And what is it? This is the peak of perfection, Samsiddhir Haritoshnam. So you will be perfect in pleasing the Lord. That's what this shloka means. Okay? If we look like word by word. So he's addressing the sages as Vijay the topmost among the twice born. And he's telling that one, if you follow in your own occupational, if you're in your Svanushthitasya, in your own position, if you follow the occupational duties according to Varnashrama, that is the perfection of Haritoshanam. Okay? We'll go word by word meaning. Okay. Ata, so Pumbhe, by the human being, Dvija Shrestha, O best among the twice born. Varna Ashrama, the institution of four castes and four orders of life. Vibhagasha, by the division of. Okay. Svanushthitasya, of one's own prescribed duties. Dharmasya, occupational. Samsiddhi. Siddhi means perfect, like these yogis and all, they want this siddhi, that siddhi. Like siddhi means perfection. Samsiddhi means perfection, like highest perfection. Hari Toshanam. Hari is personality of Godhead, and Toshanam, like Mataji said, pleasing. O best among the twice born. It is therefore concluded that the highest perfection one can achieve by discharging the duties prescribed for one's own occupation according to caste divisions and orders of life is to please the personality of Godhead. So, Samsiddhir Harito, that is the perfect way if we follow the principles of Varnashrama. So even in Chaitanya Charitamrita, right, we have seen, when in the Ramananda Samvad. So what is the first answer, when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, what is the perfection of the, goal of life? What does Ramananda Rai say?
Varnashrama.
Yeah, Varnashrama. He says the Varnashrama Charavata, that verse, So this is like, at least, Prabhupada and the scriptures say people in Kali Yuga are so fallen, almost on an animalistic platform. So at least to rise to a human level, they should at least follow the Varnashrama. Of course, as devotees advance in spiritual, they make more spiritual progress, they can kind of not follow the principles of Varnashrama, so to speak. Like they can kind of avoid doing it, not in one sense avoid, but they're kind of above it. And so even if they don't follow the principles of Varnashrama, it's okay. Like, but that is for very, very advanced devotees, because they are at a very high advanced level. But, for practicing devotees, we must follow these Varnashrama principles, like Lord Krishna has said in the Bhagavad Gita, and here also in the Bhagavatam, it is said that we should follow the Varnashrama principles. And though, you know, Varna and Ashrama is on a material level, right? Every time I'm reminded of this thing, like His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj, when he gives a Brahman Diksha to his disciples, he says, just remember, Brahmana Diksha is again on a material platform. So don't get puffed up like that. So he says that all these Varna and Ashrama are still on a material designations. So he says, as devotees, we need to rise above all this, right? So, but yeah, at least until we can go to that level, we should follow these principles as part of Vaidhi Bhakti, and you know, gradually by the mercy of Guru, we can rise to that level. Okay, any questions on this verse? Any words that are tough?
Hare Krishna Mataji, koti koti dandavat pranam. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Sri Radha Gopinath ki jai. Mataji, when you teach the slokas in translation, so much purity in your heart, Mataji. Ruwate khade ho jate hain, Mataji. My daughter and me both are crying that how much potency in your class. Whatever we miss to class, Mataji, we hear attentively, and every time whatever you teach us, we practice it. Because Srila Prabhupada said we hear and then keep it in one side, it's not working. We give a promise that we practice it nicely. Share with other Vaishnava also. And share with you, Mataji. Koti koti dandavat pranam. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. Yes, Mataji, it's your sincerity that you feel that way, Mataji. So, yeah, it's inspiring to everybody to, you know, make that sincere effort to try and learn. Even I'm learning as we are going. So it's very inspiring to be in the association of devotees, and it gives a different flavor and a taste to Krishna consciousness. I don't think I'll do this by myself. Trust me, I'm not at that level, but it's just by the association of devotees that, you know, I'm inspired to do this service. It's just by the blessings of all devotees. So I'm very grateful to all the devotees actually who encourage me.
Feel that sitting in Shri Radha Gopinath and senior brahmachari is given a class. That much potency in your class, Mataji. We will learn attentively whatever you teach us and share in next class, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. I hope one day all of you can teach me also. I will learn something from all of you. So all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga and Srila Prabhupada.
No, Mataji, हम आपके अंडर में ही रहेंगे हमेशा.
Oh no, Mataji, I'm very worthless. So, anybody wants to recite this verse? Take a chance. It's okay, you know. Even if we are all learning here. So,
Can I, Mataji?
Yeah, please go ahead, Preeti. Hey, Preeti, you're here. Your word is here. Dvija Shrestha. You were explaining today morning.
अथ पुंविद्विजश्रेष्ठा वर्णाश्रमा विभागशः स्वनुष्ठितस्य धर्मस्य संसिद्धिर्हरितोषणम्.
Thank you, Preeti. Beautiful recitation. And do you want to
Mataji, can you please share in Hindi also?
Hindi, what, Mataji? Oh, the words.
The sloka.
Sure, Mataji. Here. This one helps. You want to recite, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Koti koti dandavat pranam. Ata pumbat vijasrescha varna shrama vibhasha svanuschitasya dharmasya sansidri haritoshanam. Thank you, Mataji.
Very nice, Mataji. Very beautiful. Yeah, it's a beautiful verse and very apt, you know, because I was listening to Preeti's class today morning and she was giving so many meanings of the word Dvija. Very beautifully she was explaining. So I was just thinking, wow, that's a good, you know, kind of prelude to the evening class. So thank you, Preeti, for that. Anybody else wants to recite this verse?
Mataji, me, can I go?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Ata pumbhirdvija shrestha varnashrama vibhagasa svanushthitasya dharmasya samsiddhir haritosanam.
Thank you, Vinita. I hope the words are clear, Vinita.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, Pumbhir means what? I'm quizzing you.
Pumbhir means living being.
Wonderful. Dvija?
Dvija means twice born.
Shrestha?
Best. Shrestha is best.
Sorry?
Sveshta is best.
Wonderful. Varnashrama?
Varnashrama means the 4 divisions.
Wonderful. Vibhagasha? Bhaga?
Divisions.
Wonderful. Svanushthitasya?
Means most perfect.
Sthita means?
Sita means how do you say?
It's used in Telugu, right? Sthanam?
Sthiti, position.
Yeah, very good. Sthanam. Vinita, you're familiar with Sthanam, right?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, Sthita is from Sthanam. So Svanushthitasya means? Svanu means? Swa means?
Self.
Self.
Very good. Yeah, very good. Yeah, situated in, your own position. Dharmasya, dharma means?
Occupation.
Yeah, samsiddhir means? Now you got the word.
One's own position.
Okay, siddhi means?
So Svanushtita means one's own position.
Yeah, one's own position.
Means,
Siddhi, what do the yogis do? They strive for siddhis.
yeah.
What
Perfect.
does it mean?
Yeah, Mataji said perfection, right?
Wonderful, perfection. And samsiddhir means? Very perfect, right? Like that. And haritoshanam.
Perfecto, perfect.
Very good, perfecto, perfect. Yes, Preeti, you got that. Haritoshanam.
Haritoshanam means pleasing the Lord, Supreme
Awesome.
Lord.
See there, Vinita, you got it by the end of the class. So that's a great thing. I hope we all,
Mataji,
try.
otherwise I will never get it. And as Vrunda Gopika Mataji is saying, it's only because of you.
Yeah, all glories to Shri Guru and Guru. I just gave these 2 pictorial context here. Like they are our Guru Vargas, Acharya. Who is this in this picture here?
Bhaktivinoda
Acharya.
Yeah, so Bhaktivinoda Thakur, was he a sannyasi or what was he?
He's a
Grahastha.
Grihastha Mataji.
Grihastha. So he was situated in his Grihastha position, right? But still he is a perfect devotee, right? And who is this here?
Advaita Acharya.
Advaita Acharya, was he a sannyasi or renunciant?
No, Grahastha.
He's
Sita
a family
Thakurani is
man.
the wife.
Yeah, very good. So we see that these people were situated in their own varnas and ashramas, Grihastha ashrama, and they did not have to give up, their ashrama, but they did perfection, right? They were perfect devotees of the Lord. So this is example in our parampara. We see so many examples. I just gave 2 here, just for the context. So we can be situated in our own positions, like Lord Chaitanya also says the same thing, Svanushthitasya dharmasya. So situated in our
Glories
own
to
position.
Grahastha Ashram Mataji.
Sorry?
All glories to Grahastha Ashrama.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes they do say Grihastha ashram is even more austere, right? Like in that way, the burdens of family life is not easy to deal with, right? Yeah. Of course, every ashrama has its own, problems and things like that. Yeah.
When all the family members follow bhakti and Srila Prabhupada always says that home is Vaikuntha, right, Mataji? No need to take sannyas.
Yeah, you're right. I know, like so many devotees, they are like some Maharajas used to say, very advanced devotees, they are actually addressed as Griha Sannyasis. So, there are a few exemplary devotees even in our community whom I know. So Maharajas generally go and stay with them, and they get their association too, and they actually call them Griha Sannyasis. Even though they are in the Grihastha ashram, they are very renounced in that sense, they have dedicated everything to the service of Krishna. So there are such exemplary devotees even amongst us who are very inspiring. Like Mataji said, if everybody takes to Krishna consciousness, so then you become a
Mataji,
Griha
can I-
Sannyasi.
Please forgive me, Mataji.
Yeah, please go ahead, Mata.
Please forgive me, Mataji. With folded hand, can I request one thing, Mataji?
Sure, Mata.
Mataji, you teach us so nicely Shishi Bhagavatam, and you sing so nicely Vaishnav song. We are so patit and fallen soul, Mataji. Can you please teach us our Shishi Vaishnav song also? I know that you are working very high post, but at least 10 minutes, then we practice and then we learn from you, Mataji, by that way. I learn
Yeah, we
one.
do. We do have the Thursday bhajan class, right, Mataji? Is that good, Mataji?
Which person class, Mataji?
The Thursday, the Vaishnava bhajan group.
Mataji, only 2-3 Vaishnava is getting benefit. But if you start bhajan, Bhakti Sangha bhajan group, then we all get the benefit. And there are Ratika Mataji and Advaita Mataji. They are learn from you, and they send it. They pass it to the South Indian Telugu Vaishnava, more than 40-45 Vaishnava. So Mataji, everybody get benefits of if Saturday or any day, whatever is comfortable for you, at least 15 or 20 minutes, one bhajan, and then we all will practice that bhajan. Please
Sure,
forgive me for
Mataji.
bothering you.
The organizers are here, Preeti and Vinita, and the chiefs are here. So with their permission, if they have a slot, we can try to do that, Mataji. Thank you so much for your kind suggestions always and trying to engage me in service. Like we were just discussing in Ishopanishad when Preeti gave a class yesterday, that how, Atmahana, like as a person who stops somebody from their devotional service, but you're such a well-wisher, you're suhridam sarvabhutanam, that you are engaging me in service. So you're my well-wisher that way, Mataji. I'm grateful to you. Yeah, like if when the organizers have something open, definitely we can do that, Mataji.
Recently, we learn or take only 1 second. Baro sukhar khabar hoy, baro sukhar khabar hoy. Surabhi kunje namer hat che kodanitai, kodanitai. From last 3 days, Mataji practice whatever
Oh, so nice.
we learn from you, Mataji. Can you please sing 1 second?
Sure, Mataji. I'll just sing the first 2 lines. Boro sukher khobor gai, boro sukher khobor gai. Surabhi kunjete namer hata khuleche. Khoda nitai, khoda nitai. Khoda nitai, khoda nitai. It is the Dalailar Gita, it's called. It's a very beautiful song. I also just love this. Is the marketplace of the holy name. So, so he's giving out the holy name. And what is the price to pay for the holy name? Shraddha Mulya. So just a little bit of faith, that's all is required. They don't ask for anything else. So that's how cheaply Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda are giving away the holy name. So cheaply, just they're asking for just a little bit of faith. And it's a marketplace of the holy name. It's very amazing, like bhajans by the acharyas. Recently, when Amoglila Prabhu was giving a class, somebody asked this question, because that was towards like what is the way to get rid of sensual sometimes we have sensual urges like that, and he said sing Vaishnava Acharya songs. That's the best way. So that's what the brahmacharis practice in their brahmachari ashram. So they have a lot of potency, the bhajans. Thank you, Mataji. I think we are running quite a bit over time. I'm so sorry to hold up everybody, and I would love, we could discuss Krishna Katha, for hours together, but I seriously think maybe we should call it a night now. Yeah, I'm so sorry if I'm interrupting anybody else's thoughts or words.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
With this speed, when we are going to complete Bhagavatam?
That's a good question, Prabhu. Let's pray to Krishna. At least whatever we learned, we'll try to perfect it. Let's say hope and aim.
When is CC is going to start with this?
Sorry, Prabhu?
Chaitanya Charitamrita Slokas.
Yes, Prabhu, we did discuss that. Like, I have been running a little busy with my
Mataji, like, if, I don't know,
things.
it is my thought, like we are doing revision now, Mataji, in the class. Maybe that revision we will do as a homework, Mataji. So you can only focus on the new slokas every week so that you can cover more. That just it is a thought only.
Sure, we could do that. We could cut down on the number of shlokas and perhaps do 2 Srimad Bhagavatam at a time or something like that.
Mataji, but that revision helps us a lot, Mataji.
Yeah.
That we do.
You
Yes,
know,
Mataji. Yes,
Yeah.
Mataji.
Yeah, with the Kali Yuga memory, you know, I feel we need to repeat so many times, you know, like that. I feel that's why I do the revision so that
अकेले
it just
पढ़ेंगे
stays.
तो कुछ नहीं आएगा माताजी. Group में when
Yeah.
we staying with association of Vaishnava तो ही आता है. अकेले तो ऊपर से जाता है.
Yes, Mataji, I agree to that. Yeah, we will try to squeeze in something more, Nitya Narasimha Prabhuji. I know a lot of times devotees have brought this up. Yeah, I wish we could do many more weeknights, but I'm also a little tied up with other things, and you know, like also there are wonderful classes going on we can take advantage of during weeknights. So yes, definitely we'll try to do at least one more shloka. Yeah.
Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah. Okay, I will.
Mataji, for the Thursday class you said for Vaishnav Bhajan, can you pass the details, Mataji, so that if anyone interested, they can join, right?
Yes, Mataji. It's actually a Telugu Vaishnava Bhajan group. Like they have a Telugu Bhagavatam class also, and it usually happens at 5 CST. I don't know if that's too early, right, for Indians.
Mataji, then I am the right customer. You share that Telugu group, Mataji.
Yeah, we can share the link. Yeah, the Bhagavatam class, I don't know, it changes. Like I used to attend it. Very beautiful speakers on that too, and they go only one verse at a time, and they explain the verse in Bhagavatam, and very lovely question and answer session also. But that happens some days around 11:30, some days at 12, some days it's at 3 CST. So I'm talking all CST times here. So I don't know how suitable, but I'll definitely pass on the links, you know. It's a small group of 7 or 8 devotees, but very, very interesting discussions go on there. So.
Kindly share the link, Mataji. Based on our time availability, we'll attend, Mataji.
Sure. I will share the link for both the bhajan and the Bhagavatam class.
Mataji, the bhajan you are not taking, Mataji. You are not taking the
Mataji
some
is
weeks
taking.
I go.
Mataji is teaching us.
Yeah, some weeks I'm able to go, not all weeks, Mataji. Yeah, it happens every Thursday. So some Thursdays I do, some Vrinda Gopika Mataji teaches, Kaumadiki Mataji teaches, I think even Kirtida Mataji. So many Matajis are taking turn and teaching very beautifully actually. So some weeks I go, like I go at least, try to go at least once a month like that, you know, to the class. So
sure.
Yeah, we were having a full-fledged bhajan session. Like I think it was on Thursday or Tuesday, but then due to less attendance, we thought, okay, we'll just continue for some time.
But there are a lot of bhajans sang by Sagari Mataji. There is a playlist. We can share that in the group, and we can practice from there, or else we can create a small WhatsApp group for the learning Vaishnava bhajan. Maybe one stanza per week or whatever you would like. Mataji can send a recording. That way we can learn it, because for everything we can't provide classes because there are so much of tight schedule. So many classes are going on Bhakti Sakha. So we can do that on the note of.
That's a good idea, Mataji. Yeah,
that would be very helpful, Mataji.
That means only admin will be posting. That means only Sagari Mataji's voice will be coming up. Nobody else will be posting anything. So you can just hear that audio and then practice as soon as, like, every 2 days or every 3 days, whatever Mataji is
Jai Ho.
She can start doing that. We can talk offline, Mataji, on that, and you can start doing. We can satisfy Vrinda Gopika Mataji, and at the same time, we are also free hands for no class, one class.
Yes,
because
Mataji.
so many
Yes,
classes
Mataji.
already are there.
We can follow that audio clip, Mataji. We all can follow that, because with music we cannot understand perfectly the tune. पर माताजी का वो ऑडियो आएगा, उससे हम सीखेंगे माताजी.
Sure, Mataji, whatever works. And I'm so sorry to interrupt everybody again, but it's getting really late. So Vinita, what do you suggest?
Yes, Mataji, we have to close. 8:30.
Yeah, I'll just recite the shloka 3 times. Like I know this was a request from a devotee, so I'll just do it 3 times and then we can offer Vaishnava Pranam. Atah pumbhirdvija shrestha varnashrama vibhagashah swanushthitasya dharmasya samsiddhir haritoshanam. Atah pumbhirdvija shrestha varnashrama vibhagashah swanushthitasya dharmasya samsiddhir haritoshanam. Atah pumbhirdvija shrestha varnashrama vibhagashah swanushthitasya dharmasya samsiddhir haritoshanam. Okay, we can do Vaishnava Pranam mantra. Sorry if I cut short anybody, and we can take more questions and suggestions next week.
Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyam च
अच्छा पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः।
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, श्रीला
जय
प्रभुपाद
जय
जय
की जय, assembled devotees की जय।
जय। थैंक यू माता जी, कोटि कोटि प्रणाम। हरे
Thank you.
कृष्ण।
Hare